Hey everyone, Manda here, and I'm back today with another video. This is a video response to Ellen H's 300 subby challenge. I have only just discovered her channel and I just adore her layouts, and she's just, I don't know, lovely. I love watching her videos. I've discovered such a great scrapbooking community here on YouTube. It wasn't something I expected to find, but I'm so glad I have, and everyone's been so nice, and I've really enjoyed watching everyone's videos and responding to messages and everything. It's been great. So Ellen's challenge was to use pink and green on a layout, and I have chosen the Maggie Home Starboard collection because it had lots of pink and green in it. And that background paper, I believe, is from Cosmo Cricket. I have no idea how it ended up in my stash, but it is very similar to one of the Maggie Home's, I think, flea market papers, but it will do for the purpose of this layout. And I didn't like the pink, the really heavy pink on one side there, so I just wanted to cover it up with that paint splat kind of pattern. I love that paper, but it can only be used in, well, I can only use it in small amounts because it overwhelms me. And then I've just cut a border and tucked in underneath. Now the other part of the challenge was to scrap a page about yourself or something you love. So I am scrapping this photo of myself and Harry, and as you can see, he's really keen on having a selfie taken there. He's a grumpy little fella. He is 14. He just turned 14 last month, and he's been my best buddy all those years. Absolutely love him. And I don't know, he's a sweetheart. When it's just the two of us, he is just the most wonderful little kitty. When Winston's around, it's... he really hates his little brother. Winston's an absolute attention seeker. Marcel, that's what I call him, Marzi. Harry likes to keep to himself, pretty much. It's a long story about how that nickname came around, so I won't go into that. And this photo was originally taken in colour on my iPhone, but I turned it to black and white to work with the colour scheme of the layout. And also, because I'd done that, I could use one of the photo overlays on it. Now I have all these packs of these photo overlays, and I never used them on my photos because generally my photos are coloured, and I don't think they work very well with coloured photos, but it worked perfectly this time. And I just carefully adhered around the edge of the photo under the gold part with some I think Martha Stewart glue pen. Works fine. And then I'm just going through the Maggie Home Starboard embellishments and working out what pieces I want to use for this layout. Once I've sorted out what I'm going to use, I am going to stitch down the paint pattern paper just to hold that firm with the border underneath. It's not sticking as well as I'd hoped, but that's okay because I'm using that stitched embellishment up the top. And I also decide to change the direction of the paper. I just think it worked better with the photo overlapping that strip. Otherwise the page was just a little bit too tripping over my words today, I'm sorry, a little bit too divided for me. So that's all in place, and then I'm just going to pop away and add some machine stitching. Now, as you can see, I've made a little boo-boo there with the glue, but that's okay. It's going to work out fine because I'm going to cover it up with a piece of vellum, which I kind of knew I was going to cover it up. I just didn't know which piece I was going to cover it up with. Now, sorry, this is a bit funny what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get that underneath there, and do you think I can get it under? I'm pulling and it's just not going under and not looking right. So I don't know. I'm not really a perfectionist, but for some reason these two pieces had to match up perfectly, so I'm obsessing a little bit over it. But I finally get it down, and then it's on to layering some more. Now, I lost the light in the studio because I was working quite late yesterday. Well, not that late. The light is disappearing earlier and earlier because we're going into winter down here in the Southern Hemisphere. So that's why the colour of the video has changed, because I turned the overhead light on, which is a bit of an orange tinge to the whole thing. Anyway, not that that's important. My title is going to be I Love These Little Moments. So I'm looking for an I and these, which I was going to use little October afternoon stickers, but I had these Amy Tangerine cut and paste words on my desk, which you can kind of see me fiddling around there. And so I decided to use some of those because the aqua went nice with the colour scheme. And then I'm just going to use some gold rub-ons. Now next time a line comes out and it includes rub-ons, please someone stop me. I hated rub-ons for so long because they always, I don't know, they fall off the sheet, they never go on properly, just did not like them. And now, of course, the in thing is rub-ons. So me, being a complete shopaholic, has to go out and get rub-ons. Just no. That's all I can say is no. I managed to mess them up all the time, and kind of it's stressful because then you have to find a way to cover up the mistake you've made, and I don't know, then you never quite love the layout as much as you would have if it had all gone right. I think, well, that's how I feel. Anyway, I go all right with the rub-ons until the end. Luckily, I turn the camera off when I add my last 2 rub-ons, so you don't see me doing the clawing and scratching at the mess I've made. Now, I get the idea to put the rub-on onto the vellum, and Mr. Vellum and Mr. Rub-on don't really like each other that much. Actually, I think it's more a case of Mr. Rub-on just doesn't like me, because I sure as darn don't like him. Anyway, it goes okay at first, but when I put the hearts on at the end, the bit you don't see, oh gosh, it was a complete disaster. Anyway, so I'm going through my embellishment, just trying to find little bits that I can fit in. It needs something above the word love there. I still hadn't decided to use the word I love these little moments, and you'll see at the very end, just popped it in there now, you'll see at the very end I actually I remove it. So when I've done the stills of the layout, you'll see it's not on there in the end. But I do need to put something up there just to kind of frame that in. I'm just adding a crepe paper Love Notes flare. It says you and me equals love, because he is. He's my little darling. I love him so much. Anyway, so I end up going for washi tape at the very end, and this is like ancient in the world of scrapbooking. This is the first washi tape I ever bought, Hambly script washi tape. So I've pretty much finished my layout, but I think it needs a little something else. So of course Heidi Swap Colour Shine in the Gold Lame comes out. And that's my completed layout. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have a chance, go check out Ellen's challenge. I'll put a link in the details below. Bye.